Hello everyone and welcome to episode 11 of season 6 of Chase's Org Thingy Survivor All-Stars. This is the first merge episode. If you want to know more about the people in the merge, I suggest you watch the merge predictions, recap, summary video where I just go over everyone that's in the merge and how I think they'll do. So, currently, JB is wanting to go for Cosmo, and the other side of Cosmo's side, Nevid, who is against JB, doesn't really have a name going into this challenge. Well, the person that ends up winning this challenge is Nevid, and Nevid actually sets a new record for most individual immunity wins in Chase's Org Thingy history, with 5. So he had tied the record from season 3, he tied with Krabs. In this season, this is his 5th, and he's the first one to hit 5 individual immunity wins. So congratulations, Nevid, on breaking the record, which may or may not get broken later this season. But someone else, who knows? A few people are close. But Nevid wins, and JB's going, this is perfect. I can finally get out Cosmo, because Cosmo is like Ozzy. You don't let him win out to the end. You take him out when you have the chance. And then Moth God goes, I want to get out Deku. And then JB's alliance goes, we should go after Moth God. And JB's going, no. Can we just please get out Cosmo? But Moth, yes, I know, but Moth, but we might not be able to get out Cosmo for a while because he wins all of these challenges. So it's looking like JB's side, that big 7-person alliance, is going to be voting for Cosmo. Also going on is Asher and Nathan are both in a duo, and they're wanting to vote with JB and her side for the next couple votes, and then they want to flip and try and vote her out. So, JB might have a bit of a target on her back soon. Also, speaking of breaks within that alliance, Bayback is very wary of Evan, because Moth God came to him and was going, look, I want to get out Deku, I want to do this because I know that Deku is very close with JB. Deku has an idol. Like, Evan told me all this stuff. And then Bayback's going, wait, Evan told you all this stuff. I don't trust Evan. So Bayback is now really not trusting Evan and is wanting him gone soon-ish. He doesn't want him gone now. But when the alliance finally breaks up, he thinks that Evan might be the one to start that, or is the most likely to make the first move against that alliance and to break away from it. And he doesn't trust Evan and wants to keep an eye on him. Well, he told JB this, to which JB goes, well, Evan is one of my closest allies in this game, but yeah, you're not wrong. I have played with Evan a lot, and Evan is one of the smartest players that I have ever seen play, and he's using me and Deku as a shield perfectly. So, yeah, he will probably cut us at some point. Yeah, that's probably a good thing to keep an eye out, especially if he's talking to other people in there. So, it didn't actually backfire like I expected it to. So, JB is keeping an eye out on Evan. She doesn't want him gone anytime soon, but she is wary that Evan might flip and might turn, but as she said, Evan knows that if he votes out Deku, he has an angry JB after him, and if he votes off JB, he has an angry Deku after him. So it's kind of hard for Evan to make a move against them, but Evan is also using both of them very well as shields. So Evan is positioned beautifully right now. So, yeah, that's kind of what's going on right now. Tribal is in about 4 hours from now, so, well, I almost pushed my stand back. So, there might be some stuff that happens in the next few hours, but right now it's looking like Moth God is going to go home because everyone kind of turned on Moth God. This wasn't as chaotic a vote as I thought it would be, but it seems like both sides are kind of going at it, but the bigger 7-person alliance side is going, yeah, we'll vote for Moth God, while everybody else is voting for Deku. So 7 should beat 5, and Moth God should be going home unless something crazy happens. And people also think that Deku still has a hidden immunity idol, even though they gave their idol to JB to play. but nobody thinks that that was Deku's idol, because why would they? They don't know about the walkie-talkie advantage. That's about the only thing that's going on as well that I forgot to mention. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next clip. Alright, so now there is a split vote plan, and not from the majority, from the minority. So Cosmo thinks that they have enough numbers to split the votes, so he's telling people to split the votes between Deku and Evan. Not JB, Evan. Which, sad. But they're worried that Deku has an idol, and they're worried that Deku might have the two-faced idol, and the two-faced idol might be a double idol, in which case they would play it on themselves and on JB, so Evan would be the only one safe. It would be a 5 to 4 to 4, when really it's going to be 7 votes on the Moth God, and then 5, and then a 3 to 2, basically, depending on how they decide to split up. It might be a 4 to 1 if they don't plan it well. So yeah, basically, the majority is deciding to keep in the biggest competition threat in the game, and the minority is trying to split the votes. So this is a weird merge boot. And I'm not quite sure what's happening. Like, I know what's happening, but I'm not quite sure why it's happening. Like, I kind of get it, but, like, not really. So, yeah, this is just a very weird and interesting vote. So, Jack now has a brilliant idea, and he wants to vote out Moth God, thinking that they don't have the numbers. So Jack, okay, so here's what's happening with Jack. So Cosmo went to Jack and told him, here's our plan, we're going to split the votes, here's on who, it's going to be a 5 to 4 to 4, to which Jack is going, we shouldn't have the numbers for a split, so if we do, that means that there are alliances that I don't know about, and close relationships that I don't know about. So I want to flip. So he's going to Evan and Deku and saying, play the idol on Deku. You know, like, Deku, play your idol. Because he fully believes that Deku is going home, and then Jack's going to flip, so that way he would be on Evan, so it would be a 5 to 4 to 4. Idol gets played onto Deku, so that 5 is negated, and instead of a 4 to 4 tie, Jack would jump and it would be a 5 to 3, and instead of it going to a revote, then Moth God would go home. However, there's already a strong majority onto Moth God, so Jack, while I love the effort, and I love the idea, and it's honestly a good move, if they weren't already a day ahead of you. Which isn't Jack's fault. They don't trust him because Jack went after Deku last round. Well, I guess it is kind of Jack's fault now that I've say that out loud, that the reason Jack was not told stuff is because they don't trust him because he went after them. So I guess it kind of is Jack's fault that he was left out of the loop. But given the information that Jack has, it's a pretty good move, honestly. And if Cosmo was correct and that's what they had, then yeah, that would be a beautiful move to pull off and it would be genius. However, it's already been pulled, and Clifford, my dog, agrees with that. I don't know if you could hear that in the background, but I'm sure you did. So looking like Moth God is going to go pretty convincingly, and a lot of people are going to be blindsided by this vote. So it should be interesting to see how it plays out. So quick update, Moth God did end up going home at Tribal Council. He used his final words to call out a few people, but most of the information was not accurate, and most of the people do that anyway, so not much really happened from the post getting voted off truth bomb. But anyways, guys, that is the end of episode 11. Moth God, GG's. Thank you for playing in the season. You were the only pre-jury member to make it on the season, and you made it to merge, so congratulations. And yeah, GG's. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in the next episode.